Hi guys, I am Vikas sir. Today we are going to read a poem, Rain on the Roof. This is from class 9 of NCERT book. So any CBSE student of class 9 can learn this, understand this poem through this video. So before starting, I want to introduce the new logo of our channel, English Worms. So we can see on the top of it that there is a logo. So it is the new logo of our channel. And except that, besides, you can also join our telegram channel English Worms. You can search English Worms and you can join this channel, and the channel will be with the logo of our channel. So be attentive to the class. Let's start. So before understanding this, explaining this, I want to read this poem. Listen to me carefully. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years gone to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. The poet quotes Skinny. So let's start. So here, let me start again by reading the first stanza. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. So as you can see from the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof. So here, the Rain on the Roof, we can make out that the poem is about the rain. Okay, definitely the poem is about the rain. The poet here, Korskini, is telling us about the memories he has of the rain. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. So what is said in the first stanza? So I introduced the poem. So in the first stanza, when the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. So here are the meanings of the words. Some words: humid means moisture, hover here means move around something, starry sphere means night sky here. So you can see the picture I have posted. Starry sphere means night sky. You can see this picture. Melancholy means sad. So we first understood the meanings. So here humid is means moisture. Shadows here refers to the moisture laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Hover here means, I told you, that move around something. Melancholy means sad. So the poet is saying that when the humid shadows hover, here hover means move around something. So move around something means on the earth. When it is cloudy sky in the night over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness. Melancholy here means sad. So here the sadness is, the darkness is referred to as sadness. Okay, so huge clouds of moisture are moving around the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seem like tears falling from the sky. So the raindrops are referred to as tears falling from the sky, night sky. Gently weeps in rainy tears. Okay, so let's go to the second stanza. What a bliss to press the pillow. What a Bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. So here bliss means happiness, cottage chamber means bedroom, bedroom of the poet. Patter here means sound of the raindrops falling on the roof, patter. Okay, so bliss here means happiness. So it appears that the sky is crying, the night sky is crying, raindrops are referred to as tears. Okay, shaded by it. So he adds that, the poet adds that it is like a blessing to lie on the bed in the room, in the bedroom, cottage chamber, in the bedroom. So what is a bliss? To sleep in the bedroom in the rain. Okay, here listen to the sound made by the raindrops falling on the roof. So it is a blissful achievement, a blissful experience to sleep or to lie on the bed in the bedroom while it is raining outside and the raindrops are falling on the roof. Okay, so patter here means sound of the raindrops falling on the roof. So you can hear the poet has also used some poetic device here, cottage chamber. So the repeated words cottage chamber, here C letter, the letter C is repeated. So I have listed the poetic devices used in the poem. You can go through the last part of the poem. Here see alliteration. Examples: in the phrase lie listening, the lie sound is being repeated. In the phrase starry spheres, S sound is being repeated. In the first stanza we have already read. In the phrase humid hover, H sound is being repeated. Press pillow, here P is being repeated. So here the poetic device is alliteration. So what is alliteration? Alliteration is defined as a poetic device in which the consonant sounds are repeated in words that appear together. Okay, so back to back words lie listening, here lie sound is repeated. So alliteration is a poetic device, the repetition of consonant sounds. So L, S, H, P, these are the consonant sounds. So this is repeated. Okay, here the poetic devices are used, alliteration. So let us go to the paragraph. So cottage chamber, here also C is repeated. Lie listening to the patter. Let's go to the second stanza. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. Okay, so here also 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. So singles here means I have already posted a picture. Single is a picture. This is a picture of a tile, wooden tile or whatever tile it is on the roof. Single. Tinkle on the single. Tinkle here means short. Okay. And singles rectangular tiles. Busy being means human being. Here human being is referred to as busy being. Humans are very busy. Okay. So every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. Okay. So the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles. Tinkle means short, light ringing sound. Here the sound of the raindrops. So here's the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in his heart. So as the raindrops are falling on the roof, so it is echoing in the heart of the poet. Whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart and his dreams. In his dreams, he has many different fanciful imaginations. So 1,000 dreamy fancies. Dreamy fancies means thousands of imaginations are making the poet busy. during the rain. Okay, so here another poetic device is used, a thousand dreamy fancies. Let's go to the page. Melancholy, darkness, personification. Second poetic device is personification. Personification means what? Personification is defined as a poetic device that involves using a human quality to describe a non-living thing or object. So a non-living thing or an object is used as a human quality. So this is also a poetic device. Examples are melancholy, darkness is also used as a personification. So a thousand recollections or thousand dreamy fancies, these are also some poetic device. I have not written that, you will refer that. Okay, so let's go to the page. Next page. And a thousand recollections weave their threads, air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Okay, so a thousand recollections weave their air threads into woof. A thousand recollections means memories. Woof means weft, that is the thread woven across the loom. You have seen a loom weaving threads. So 1,000 recollections are woven in the air threads as I listen. I here means the poet, as the poet listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Okay, the poet is listening to the raindrops. Okay, and he is remembering, recollecting many memories of the past. Let's go to the next stanza. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years gone to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. So let's understand the meanings of the words here. Ere, the old poetic word for before. Before, now you use before, so previous or in the past, the old poetic word ere was used for the before. And dawn means daybreak. So now in memory comes my mother. So into his memory his mother comes as she used in years gone. Okay, to regard the darling dreamers. So the poet introduced his mother here. He says that he is dreaming of his mother, as he had told in the previous stanza that rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. So years gone means in the past, the memories of the past he is remembering about. His mother is no more, his mother is no longer alive. In the past, she means the mother of the poet, used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, very loving person. She would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. Okay, you know that mothers are always very caring that they let us sleep as much we like. So the poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him as he listens to the song made by the raindrops falling from the rooftop. Okay, let's go to the last stanza. So, oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. So the words are here. Refrain means a repeated part of a song or a poem. A repeated part of a song or a poem. And list means old poetic word for listen. So listen is used here, but the poetic word here is used list. Hear the sound of the rain. So definitely the poet is listening to the sound of the rain. Okay, so let's understand. The poet here says that the poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him So I feel her fond look on me. So look on means the poet can see, still feel that his mother is looking at him as he listens to the song made by the raindrops falling in the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present. Okay, this is why the poet is moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. Shingles means tiles. So as the raindrops are falling on the tiles of the room, tiles of the roof, the poet is relating that the mother is looking at him. So whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past, and he is reminded of his mother. So he remembers his mother when he listens to the sounds of the raindrops falling from the sky. So he is enjoying the rain, remembering many things about past. So as I understood that the poem is all about the raindrops. The poet is lying on the bed in his cottage chamber, remembering all about his past memories of his mother. So it is a sweet experience for the poet. So we understood that alliteration and personifications are two poetic devices used in the poem. And here is the summary of the poem. You can read this. So let me read for you. The poem Rain on the Roof talks about the poet's different reactions to the sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house. The poet here says that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad, dark night. He loves to lie in bed and hear rain falling on the roof of his room because it reminds sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of raindrops helps him fall asleep and gives him sweet dreams. He has memories of his loving mother who would put them to sleep. So it is the end of the poem. So let me remind you that this is our new logo of our channel English Worms, and the tagline is go on. Thanks for watching and subscribe our channel English Worms. Thank you for watching. Thank you.